Hello and welcome to Campus Blast Off. My name is Sam Donson alongside my co-hosts Mark Pavon, Drew Pavon and Mark Salvatelli. And let's get right into it. We're going to start off with your Super Bowl favorites and your sleeper teams for next year. Drew, let's start with you. Who do you have?
I got the Patriots in the AFC and the Vikings in the NFC with Kirk Cousins now on the Vikings. I think they're really amped up as they were last year, as Case Keenum was semi-inconsistent, but he had a fairly well year. But I think with an elite quarterback like Kirk Cousins, more consistent, I think they will do very well.
And Mark, what do you have to say about this?
Not to disagree, I'm going to have to say the Rams are going to come out of the West. They're a really strong team on the defensive side, especially with Sue and Peters, some new guys coming in, as well as Talib. I think they're going to shut down all the high-powered offense there in the West. And they're going to make a deep run, especially with Todd Gurley. He's got some fresh legs coming in off the offseason, putting in work. And now, obviously, Jared Goff coming in his third year. He's going to be a special quarterback in this league. He's going to show everyone what they're about. But coming from the East, I do think the Patriots are going to win out.
Now, what do you have to say about this? Drew, do you have any other points to back up your?
I kind of disagree with the Rams. I feel like Jared Goff is a very good quarterback. He'll be a very good quarterback in this league for a while, but I don't think they're ready for a Super Bowl. Jared Goff's still fairly young. They haven't had a lot of playoff experience except last year, where I believe they lost to the Eagles, but I don't think they can really make it that far with the Vikings, who've been Minnesota Miracle, and then having to get blown out by the Eagles in the NFC Championship. I feel like they have a lot more experience now, and I feel like they could do better than the Rams.
Coming from the Rams side of things, I think they've been rebuilding this organization for years, and this is the time they've been waiting for. This is their time to capitalize on all the times of the bad, and now this is the good. Down in St. Louis, where they really struggled for years, trying to find a solid quarterback. I think Jared Goff got over that sophomore slump last year. He really powered through it. And he's going to be leading this high-powered offense with Todd Gurley. And they've been running all over the field for years now with him. And I think this is his year to just capitalize on all the mistakes that they've made in the past and just push through and make a championship run.
Now we're going to switch topics over to the Lakers, of course. And how many wins do you think the Lakers will get, Drew, next year?
I think the Lakers' best they could probably do is probably third seed, maybe worst if everything falls through with JaVale McGee, Lance Stevenson, those role players that I don't really see meshing. Maybe 7th seed worst, but it's LeBron James, so I think he could lead that team to the playoff no matter what you give him.
And Mark, what do you have to say about this?
I think people have been overestimating the Lakers right now. I know they have LeBron James, but bringing all these new guys isn't necessarily the move in the NBA. You got to have that chemistry like the Warriors. They're a special team, just bringing in Kevin Durant, but he's an all-star player. Every team can't do that. You can't just bring in people like Lance Stevenson and Rajon Rondo and expect everything to click. So in my opinion, they at best are a 40-win team. People are saying 50, that's way too much. They're coming in, new star players, and the coaching staff is pretty good for the Lakers, but they're not solid. They're nothing like Brad Stevens over there with the Celtics or Greg Popovich by any means. So giving them 50 wins is really solid, especially out there in the West. So if they can hold down 40 wins, I wouldn't be too surprised. Locking down a 4 or 5 seed, but I don't see them doing any better than that.
Now, of course, the question is, we just talked about this. Do you think yes or no? Do you think they can compete with the Warriors?
No, after the DeMarcus Cousins signing, I don't really think so. I feel like nobody's actually going to stop the Warriors unless DeMarcus Cousins comes in and just wrecks up their morale. I know there was tension in the Warriors locker room, but that they kept that in the locker room. But I feel like if DeMarcus Cousins gets hurt, another guy gets hurt, that the Lakers, I wouldn't see making a push for the championship. Maybe the Celtics beat them in the finals or another team like that, like the Rockets with a new Melo, but yeah. I can't see anybody beating the Warriors.
Now, Mark?
Personally, I don't even think they belong in the same discussion. We're talking about the Golden State Warriors here. Draymond Green, Klay Thompson, Steph Curry, Kevin Durant, These people, they're all-stars. They're 5-time all-stars here. We're talking about MVPs. And then only LeBron James is on the Lakers. I don't think he can carry them. I think if you're going to talk about a second team up, it's Oklahoma City. But Lakers and Warriors shouldn't even be in the same conversation.
And our last topic of just a quick topic here. Do you think now that LeBron James is the star, there's a lot of talk, is he, as they call it, the LeBron's Lakers? Does LeBron own the Lakers now? Because Kobe's gone and stuff, yes or no?
I don't know. I feel like a lot of legends have gone to the Lakers. It's one of the most historic teams in the all time, but I don't feel like he owns the Lakers yet. He hasn't even played in a game yet.
I'm gonna have to say he does own the Lakers for now. He's gonna bring something to this generation that people haven't seen in 4 or 5 years. So it's LeBron. He is a star. He is the Lakers, but championship contender not this year.
And that's all the time we have. Thanks for joining us alongside my co-host Mark Salvatelli and Drew Pavon. I'm Sam Donzig.